welcome to this very special edition of Unlocking the Future with my friend and someone who is now in the front lines of cricket commentary, broadcast around the world, just finished a series, in the middle of a series, will be finishing a series in the new biosafety bubble. Welcome, Mr. Guha. That's something that was my first question. Give me a real sense. You are the first person. I was speaking to Ian Bishop, but you're the first person I'm speaking after you have completed a couple of test matches of broadcast. What is it like? Give me a first-hand sense of the whole experience that you have been through in the last 3 weeks.
Boria, thank you so much for having me, first of all. I think the best way to show you is this. So you can see the ground outside my room.
Yeah,
I'm pretty much on site, and it's different, you know. I've never experienced this before. I'm kind of, you know, we're all hanging out together. I've got 3 days off. I'm staying on site. Other people have gone home, and it's kind of like, it's a lot more restrictive than normal. It's a good thing we like each other in such a condensed schedule. We're all hanging out together. But it's just adapting to this new lifestyle. I have to wear a mask every time I leave my room. I have to wear my accreditation, and that's got like a tracker on it. So everyone's monitoring every kind of step that I take, and it's just the way it is at the moment, unfortunately. But it's necessary.
It is, and at least we can see sport. I mean, the resumption of sport is a serious injection of positivity around the world. I mean, you must have felt delighted when that first ball was bowled in South Africa.
Well, to just hear bat to ball and leather on willow, all of those cliches, I guess. It's for me, actually, the big thing is the smell of freshly cut grass. So for me, that is what a new season is about. I'm waking up in the morning and I smell that grass, and that just gives me so much nostalgia of you know, growing up when I was younger and going to the cricket and playing, or watching my brother on the sidelines. And to have that again it was a real treat after what was, you know, a difficult time for a lot of people. I know that it's tough in India at the moment, but just to have cricket back, I think was just such a lovely feeling after, I guess, such a gloomy time.
Absolutely. And give me a sense, I mean, so what was the drill like? I mean, because obviously from what we've seen on telly, we've seen that there is social distancing in the commentary box. What was the drill like? What did you have to go through? Was there special training? Are there separate microphones that you guys are using? What is it like? I mean, give me a sense.
So definitely different microphones. So when I come into the TV commentary box, you know, the lip mic that you use, you put it to your lip. Everyone has a separate one of those, and it's that you come into the box. On the left, you have your table, and then everyone has a number, and then on that number is your lip mic and your microphone. So the thing that you hold, and it's got so I'm working for BBC at the moment, it's got a BBC Sport kind of cover on it and label, but then the lip mic as well. And so I take that across to the commentary booth. There's a Perspex board that's up in between the commentators, and then you slot your mic into the whatever connection you have, and then you use that for that commentary stint. So you're never ever touching anyone else's mic. You always clean down the area that you're on. So that's TV, and then radio. We all have our own headsets as well. So we'll come into the box, reach for our separate commentary mics. Yeah. And then again, different connector. So yeah, that's how it's working at the moment.
And how are the players coping? I'm sure you've spoken to some of them. I mean, how are they coping with this new normal?
Yeah, they're fine. I think they recognise the responsibility they have. I think Jofra, you know, he was devastated by what happened and popping home during the break. But everyone has just got on with it. They recognise that a lot of people are doing it tough, and they are trying to put out something on the field, something competitive, something entertaining, and that's what we saw in this test match. I mean, when they were trying to get those last 3 or 4 wickets, I just got the feeling, you know, it would be so much better if there was a crowd to really kind of get behind you, and when there's inside edges happening and, you know, it's going close to the stumps or nearly an LBW, you just want that crowd behind you to just keep you going. But the fact that they were able to do it, I think, is testament to the guys that, you know, they're serious here. They want to win the series. They want to provide some happiness to those that have, you know, have really struggled. And there have been some really tough stories, Boria. You know, it's something that's affected everyone, and you can absolutely guarantee that every single person on the field knows someone or
who has suffered.
Yeah, who has suffered during this time, and so that's why I think they're not complaining, they're just getting on with it.
So when you say to me that you know, you are staying around in that hotel room at the Hilton, so are you allowed to sort of go out? Are you allowed to go out for meals? Can you go out for meals with any restaurant that you like?
No.
Or what is it?
As much as I'd love to, Boria, I'd love to just pop to an Indian restaurant or a Chinese restaurant and just get some different food. It's not possible, no. So I can go out for one 30-minute mode of exercise. So I can go for a run, or I can pop and play some golf, socially distanced around a course. But that's it. So the rest of the time I'm staying here in the bubble, and I can get lunch and dinner here. And that's,
so you
to be honest, I'm okay with that.
You can't ask for takeout?
I can definitely get takeout. So any deliveries I want, you know, Amazon's been amazing. You receive it within 1 or 2 days. Obviously there's other things available. And then food wise, yeah, I can, all the usual takeaway apps, I can get anything I want.
Okay, you are in Manchester. I will get this friend of mine from Zia to get you some of the best Indian drinks.
Boria.
I will get Dave. I will get Dave to get you some of the best Indian drinks.
Yeah, I would be so happy. That would be amazing. Some Bangla cuisine would be really good as well. Some Bengali food. I'd love some Bengali food.
As we speak, I will message him and get that organized and get it delivered. But coming to
I'm catching up with Mikey Holding tomorrow night. He knows a good Chinese restaurant around here, so he's gonna get some takeaway for us.
Tell him, you know, after what he said that day, in fact, that was my next question. I think that was the best over bowled right through his career. And he has bowled some really devastating ones, including 81. But that 5-minute spiel of what he said, and that's something that I wanted to ask you also. As a person of color, as someone who has played the sport when it wasn't the best, there must have been discrimination. What is your take on this using sport to make a larger point? What is your take on BLM, and more importantly, on every life then?
It's a really important question, and I could go on for a long time talking about it, because it's such a necessary action as well. It's something I'm deeply involved in and deeply supportive of. I am a person of colour, but some of my closest friends are from the Black minority, and you know, I grew up with Black culture. I watched it on television, I listened to it in terms of music, and so that's why I guess it affects me even more. One of my best friends, Fiona, she is from the Black community. Her heritage is from St. Vincent in the Caribbean, and I could see how it was affecting her emotionally, that another guy is going through this. George Floyd, he woke us all up. During the pandemic, it offered us a spotlight to really kind of focus in on what was going on, and it's something that we've been exposed to a lot over the course of our lives, but I think specifically in this moment, a real opportunity to put all our attention into this. And I think it is necessary, because society has been built and designed to look after those that it was originally intended for, and that needs to change. You know, I'm a big humanitarian For me, it's basic humanity, that you look after each other. You don't see colour, you don't see gender, everyone is treated as equal. Unfortunately, Boria, this is not the world we live in. People will see colour, they will see gender, and they will make their assumptions. They will have their opinions.
Yeah, and you know, my problem is we are responsible for that. We have created that world. I mean, we have created this sense of entitlement in some people based on color, based on privilege, based on gender, based on economic status, based on every other sphere. So the whole thing is, it comes from a sense of entitlement that I can discriminate someone. And for me, Corona will go away. 6 months, we will have a vaccine. But this is the world's longest serving pandemic, which has to go. If we have to have a better world for our future, for our children, for the next generation, this is one agitation that needs to continue in every sphere, in every platform, in every way, for us to have a better world, isn't it?
You're absolutely right. And if every single person in the world stopped and took notice and thought about what they were doing, and thought about, in every decision that they make, whether they are thinking about everyone else, the world would be a better place. I truly believe that. But how do we get to that point? I think people have been woken up to this, which is amazing. I think there are a lot of people who don't necessarily know how to act. And so it's about, right, the education is incredibly important. We need to introduce that into the curriculum in schools. Are they learning about the history? Are they learning about everything to really formulate an opinion? And if they haven't learnt it at school, we have mobile phones literally within two millimeters away all the time. And we can reach for our mobile phones, we can go on the internet, we can find out for ourselves what is the actual history.
Absolutely.
And so we have the opportunity to really kind of find out for ourselves what has happened in the past, to then kind of decide how we should move forwards. And I think we all have that responsibility. And like I said, it's something that is very close to me. When I was younger, I grew up in a very white dominated society, and I look back and I think I was never affected by racism. No one was ever racist to me, but I do now. In this last 3 or 4 weeks, it's offered a lot of introspection, and I think I blotted a lot of that stuff out, because naturally in society you want to fit in. So you're growing up, you want to fit into society, you want to appease everyone that's around you, you don't want to cause any problems. When you're in any team that you're part of, you don't want to be the problem, you don't want to confront anything, and so you just let it pass you by, whether that's racism, whether that's sexism, anything. And so you turn a blind eye to it. And what I've realized is actually that's not okay. As a youngster, you shouldn't be made to feel that you have to change the way you are to fit in. People should just accept the way you are as a person, as a human being. And that's something that I have realized. I mean, I was very fortunate when I was younger. My mum and dad were so supportive of me. I joined a boys team, a cricket team, and gender was never an issue for them. Race was never an issue for them. I was in a team of British white boys, British Pakistani boys, and that may have been frowned upon if I was in a traditional community. Mm-hmm. That how can I be part of this team? I shouldn't be part of it. But because mum and dad never saw it as an issue, no one else did, and so that's how I grew up.
My last few minutes, so I'll just, sport has forever been a vehicle. I mean, whether you take the Olympic Games in 36 with Jesse Owens, whether you take American sport and Jackie Robinson in 47, whether you take Curtis Flood, whether you want to take the because the West Indies are playing in England. You want to talk CLR James and the Caribbean Revolution, and Frank Worrell in 1957 replacing Jerry Alexander. That was the moment of the Black Revolution. The Anna Grimshaw collection of James, the Black Jacobins. This has been a rich heritage. I mean, Tommy Smith and John Carlos and the Ali rhetoric in the Olympics. The problem is it has had to come to 2020 for Issa Guha and for Michael Holding and Ian Bishop and Boria Majumder to still say. That irritates me, that frustrates me, that pains me, that angers me. But at the same time, we cannot stop. We've got to win this battle, because this battle will change our world. So, we can keep going on and on. Tell me something. On the other side, I mean, you are in Britain. Are you guys sort of in India? Everyone was following the news of the Oxford vaccine, and it sort of spread a whole thing of positivity. What is it like in the UK? Are people following vaccine development and therapeutics like the way we are here?
No, I don't think so, Boria. I think there are a lot of people in this country who have actually tuned away from the news, and they're just not interested, and they just want to live their lives. And I think, yes, that is a positive thing, hugely positive. But I think a lot of people have been disenfranchised by everything that's happened in the last 3 or 4 months, the way the government has handled everything, and they're kind of just doing what they want to. Everyone's kind of gone back to normal here. The R rate has gone up. I personally am sticking to how I've been in the last 3 or 4 months, and will be in the biosecure bubble, because I don't want to leave anything open to kind of stop cricket from happening. So I'm doing everything that I can, but yeah, it's something that everyone is handling in their own way, and it's been a cause for a lot of anxiety for a lot of people, and you can't look too far ahead, because you just don't know what's going to happen. Is there going to be a second spike? So yes, while that is a positive, I think people are also kind of just focusing on their own lives and wanting to get the economy back up and running.
Yeah, and that is actually linked. I mean, if we can get the health, you cannot separate the health and the economy at this point in time. And from what I read, what I speak to my colleagues in Oxford, from the news I get from there and from around the world, there is a huge plus going on as far as science is concerned, which is tremendously encouraging. I mean, we can now sense that, okay, it is no longer a question of if, it is a question of when. And every single day the when comes near, which gives me tremendous hope. Yesterday's results from Oxford, from day before from America, from all parts of the world. Anyway, also we are seeing, sir, my final couple of questions. The IPL now seems to be a real possibility. Let me put it this way: it's 99.99% sure. And it will be in the UAE. The BCCI will appeal to the Indian government. It is supposed to start end of September till middle of November, till around the 8th or the 9th of November. How excited will you be, and will you come? If you are invited to commentate, which I think you will be, will you take the thing and come and do commentary in the UAE, be a part of the IPL?
Boria, I'd love to be involved. I mean, I love the IPL. It's a wonderful tournament. I love how, so many different cultures and backgrounds are there. They come from all around the world to be involved in what is, I think, one of the best tournaments in the world in any sport. And there's a real buzz around it. It won't be the same as going to India, because as soon as you land, it's in your face. It's there on the advertising boards, on the television, in the papers. I mean, you guys cover cricket incredibly well in India. In the papers, it's just, it occupies 3 or 4 pages every single day, and I love that about India. And I'm just, it'd be exciting to have these guys playing again. A lot of these Indian superstars on the cricket field we'll get to see every night. I kind of liken it to a TV series or a sitcom. You have your heroes, your villains during the IPL, and every night you get to tune in when you're having your dinner to this incredible drama that's being played out, and I love it. It's such an incredible tournament.
For me, we are talking about stay-at-home orders. We are talking about curfews. We are talking about all of this. I think IPL can do that much better than the state government or the central government can do, because you put on the IPL, people will stay at home and watch. I mean, use sport for every possible reason. I mean, you put on the IPL 7:30 to 12 o'clock, no one will venture out. At this point in time, it will be that element of positivity that this country needs. And from the way we are seeing this pandemic across the world, we will see India flatten out also. So, but till then, the discipline is important. What I will tell you is, coming to that discipline, my final thing, you are a symbol of empowerment. You are a symbol of success. You are a symbol of what is right about this world. And that's what I like about you, admire in you, celebrate you. So thanks for talking to me. Remain the way you are. More power to you, more strength to the kind of work you are doing. Have a great series, and we will keep talking. But till then, stay healthy, stay safe. I will organize your Indian food.
Boria, those words mean so much. Thank you so much for having me on. And there's so much we can do. I'd love to do more in India, in Kolkata especially. And let's make the world a better place, hey?
We will. And if you need anything in Kolkata, I know you have family here. Situation is not the best. Just reach out. We will sort it together. Each one of us have to win this war for the world to win this war, and we will together.
Thank you, Boria.
Stay safe. Much love. Take care. Bye.
Thank you, Boria. Bye.
Bye.